How did one man, a failed artist, manipulate an entire nation of rational people into committing the most horrific acts in human history? How did he weaponize words to build an army of blind obedience? This wasn't magic. It was a calculated step-by-step application of dark psychological principles. Principles that are still used on you today by politicians, cult leaders, and even social media algorithms. Welcome to Balance Unleashed, where we master the secrets of psychology. Today we're going inside Hitler's brain. I'm not here to glorify a monster. I'm here to dissect his methods so you can never fall victim to them. Understanding the mechanics of manipulation is your first and best defense against it. On this channel, we unlock the psychology behind productivity, influence, and personal growth. And sometimes, that means staring into the darkness to better appreciate the light. By the end of this video, you will recognize the 4 dark psychological tactics Hitler used to seize power. This knowledge isn't just history, it's a shield. We begin with a tactic so audacious, it seems almost unbelievable in its cynicism: the big lie. This concept was infamously articulated by Adolf Hitler in. He wrote that the very scale of a lie is a crucial factor in its ability to be believed, tapping into a profound psychological vulnerability. But why does this work? Hitler theorized that the general population operates from a place of basic decency. Most people tell small lies, but they could never conceive of fabricating something on a monumental scale. Their own moral compass makes them unable to imagine such profound dishonesty in their leaders. When confronted with a lie of colossal proportions, their critical faculties are short-circuited. They reason that no one could have the impudence to distort the truth so infamously. The sheer audacity of the lie acts as its own form of proof. For the Nazis, the quintessential big lie was the Dolchstoßlegende, the stab-in-the-back myth. This was the poisonous narrative that the German army wasn't defeated in World War I, but was betrayed from within by Jews, Marxists, and civilian politicians. It was a complete fabrication, designed to deflect blame, create a scapegoat, and fuel a desire for revenge. But a lie this grand cannot survive on its own. It needs a powerful amplifier. And that is the second inseparable part of this tactic. The real key wasn't just the size of the lie. It was its relentless, soul-crushing repetition. No one understood this better than propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels, the master architect of the Third Reich's psychological warfare. He orchestrated a media machine controlling every newspaper, radio, and film. Goebbels famously declared, "A lie told once remains a lie, but a lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth." His ministry didn't just suggest, it inundated the German consciousness, turning falsehood into reality through sheer repetition. This isn't just political theory, it's a hack of our brain chemistry. Psychologists call it the illusory truth effect. Your brain creates mental shortcuts to save energy. When you encounter information repeatedly, the neural pathways to process it become more efficient. Your brain mistakes this ease of processing, this feeling of familiarity, for a sign of truth. Familiarity feels safe, it feels right. Repeated exposure doesn't just make a lie memorable, it literally makes it true, bypassing the need for evidence. Now bring this into the 21st century. Think about the political slogans or talking points that echo across cable news and social media. The mechanisms have changed, but the principle is identical. Algorithms create personalized echo chambers, feeding you the same narratives over and over. Each click and share deepens the groove of the illusory truth effect. The phrases you hear repeated every day? Sound familiar? So how do we build a defense? The first step is awareness. Recognize that repetition is a tool of persuasion, not a marker of truth. Actively seek out information that challenges your assumptions. When you hear a simple, emotionally charged phrase repeated constantly, let it be a red flag, not a comfort blanket. The antidote to the big lie is the difficult, conscious pursuit of the truth. Tactic number 2, create an us versus them scapegoat. This potent tool exploits a fundamental aspect of human psychology. To forge a unified in-group, a manipulator first defines a threatening out-group. A shared enemy creates a shared identity faster than any shared ideal. Consider post-World War I Germany. The nation was crippled by the Treaty of Versailles, suffocated by hyperinflation, and haunted by national humiliation. This created a fertile ground of desperation and anger, a public desperate for someone to blame. Into this vacuum stepped Hitler. He didn't offer complex solutions. He offered a simple, poisonous narrative. He identified a scapegoat for all of Germany's problems: the Jewish people, communists, and intellectuals. He masterfully redirected the nation's mass fear and economic anxiety onto this defined outgroup. This functions as a psychological release valve, transforming helpless anxiety into righteous, empowering anger. It provides a tangible target for frustrations that are otherwise abstract and overwhelming. It's far easier to blame a person than to grapple with complex systemic issues. Our brains are wired for cognitive ease, preferring simple stories over hard truths. Scapegoating is a seductive mental shortcut that replaces the difficult work of critical analysis with the satisfying simplicity of blame. By creating a them, he powerfully forged the identity of us. This triggers our most primal tribal instincts, a survival mechanism hardwired into our DNA, where group cohesion was essential for survival. On a neurological level, this tactic is devastating. It activates the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, while dampening the prefrontal cortex, which governs rational thought and empathy. It shuts down critical thinking and replaces it with blind, emotional, tribal loyalty. This tactic is not confined to history. In modern discourse, the targets change: immigrants, a rival political party, the elite, but the mechanism is identical. A group is isolated, dehumanized, and blamed for complex problems like unemployment or cultural shifts. So, who are the thems being created for you today? The defense is conscious thought. When you see a group being scapegoated, ask, what complex realities are being ignored? Seek out information that challenges the simple narrative. Rehumanizing the other and embracing complexity builds immunity to this manipulation. Tactic number 3, the cult of personality and symbolism. This is where a leader transcends politics and becomes a figure of worship. In the ashes of World War I, with Germany crippled by economic despair, the nation was psychologically primed for a savior. Hitler wasn't presented as a politician offering policies. Propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels sold him as a messiah, a quasi-religious figure destined to restore Germany's honor. He was the strong hand they craved in a time of chaos. This wasn't a political campaign, it was a national crusade. This deification was manufactured through powerful, repetitive symbolism. The swastika, an ancient symbol of well-being, was hijacked and forever stained as an emblem of Aryan supremacy. The rigid Nazi salute wasn't just a greeting, it was a public performance of loyalty, a physical act that erased individuality and forged a visually intimidating, unified bloc. And the title, Führer, not president but leader or guide, implied infallible wisdom, a path to be followed without question. Every banner, every salute reinforced the central myth. This potent symbolism taps directly into our primal need to belong. It creates a powerful shared identity, a sense of being part of something grand and historic. This is the core of social identity theory. By defining a clear us, the loyal, the chosen, it automatically creates a them. The outsiders, the scapegoats, the enemies. This forges a tribal bond that is incredibly difficult to break because attacking the group feels like a personal attack on one's very identity. It becomes your family, your faith, your purpose. This tactic bypasses the logical brain and speaks directly to our emotional, tribal instincts. It's why brands cultivate fierce loyalty with logos, and political movements distill complex ideologies into a simple chant or a colored hat. They are selling belonging. The danger arises when the symbol becomes more important than the truth. When questioning the leader is heresy, and loyalty to the group demands you abandon facts and your own moral compass. The defense is awareness. Ask yourself, does this symbol invite critical thought or demand blind faith? When a symbol stops representing values and starts replacing them, it is no longer a banner of unity but a cage for the mind. Tactic number 4, emotional arousal over logic. Hitler's speeches were masterclasses in emotional manipulation. He didn't present data. He screamed, whispered, and provoked. He used fear, anger, and hope. Neuroscience shows that high emotional arousal literally shuts down the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for critical thinking and reason. When you're emotionally triggered, you don't think, you react. You become highly impressionable. Modern manipulators use this same trick using outrage, fear, and moral indignation to make you stop thinking and start sharing. So, what's the takeaway? The blueprint is clear. Repetition makes the unbelievable feel believable. Scapegoating creates a simple enemy to direct fear towards. Symbolism and cult identity override individual critical thought. Emotional arousal is used to shut down your logical mind. Your defense is simple but powerful. Awareness. When you feel a strong us versus them narrative, when you hear a simple phrase repeated everywhere, when you feel emotionally triggered by a speaker, pause. Engage your cortex. Question who benefits from your anger. Your mind is the most valuable thing you own. Protect it. If you want to continue mastering the psychology of influence to protect yourself and unlock your potential, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. We destroy toxic manipulation and teach you ethical influence. Next, watch this video. The 5 verbal tricks narcissists use to control you. It's essential viewing for protecting your personal relationships. Thanks for watching Balance Unleashed. Remember, knowledge isn't just power, it's protection. See you in the next video.